So characteristic function is given as phi x of omega is expected value of e power j omega x. Now we are discussing about joint characteristic function. Joint characteristic function is the it is having two random variables x and y. The joint characteristic function will have two random variables x and y. Okay, so we denote it as phi xy of omega 1, omega 2. So the random variable x is function of omega 1, random variable y is function of omega 2. So it is phi xy of omega 1 comma omega 2. It is nothing but the expected value of e power j omega 1 x, e power j omega 2 y. Okay. So for example, this random variables is having the joint probability density function. It is given by fxy of x comma y. Okay. Then the joint characteristic function phi xy of omega 1 comma omega 2 can be written as, now you have two variables, no? So that is why we will be having two integrations, integral minus infinity to plus infinity, integral minus infinity to plus infinity. Okay, so the expected value of e power j omega 1 x, e power j omega 2 y, okay, fxy of x comma y dx dy. Okay, so this is the formula for finding the joint characteristic function. Okay, phi xy of omega 1 comma omega 2 is integral minus infinity to plus infinity e power j omega 1 x, e power j omega 2 y, fxy of x comma y dx dy. Okay. So what is this? If you observe this equation is nothing but the second two-dimensional Fourier transform. Okay, if you compare this equation with the two-dimensional Fourier transform, what is that here? Only the difference here is in Fourier transform we will be having minus sign here, but we have plus sign here. That is the difference. Okay, so it is the formula of two-dimensional Fourier transform with the signs of omega is reversed. Okay. Now, since it is a formula of Fourier transform, we can use inverse Fourier transform to obtain what is that here? Joint density function from joint characteristic function. Okay. So the joint density function fxy of x comma y can be written as integral minus infinity to plus infinity, integral minus infinity to plus infinity. It is e power minus j omega 1 x, e power minus j omega 2 y, phi xy of omega 1 comma omega 2 b omega 1 b omega 2. So this is the formula we use to find out the joint density function from the characteristic function. Okay. So this is the formulas we use for continuous random variable. Now if you take discrete random variable, okay. In the case of discrete random variable, the formula of phi xy of omega 1 comma omega 2 can be written as, now for discrete case what we'll be having? We'll be having the summation n, here we'll be having summation with respect to n, summation with respect to m and n here. Okay, it is e power j omega 1 xm, okay, plus j is common, no? Omega 2 by n, okay, fxy. So here we are taking discrete random variable. For discrete random variable, what will be having? We'll be having probability mass function, whereas it is function of by xm by n. Okay. And similarly, if you want to find out the probability mass function here, xm comma yn, so it can be written as summation with respect to m, summation with respect to n. Here we will be having minus j omega 1 xm omega 2 by n. Okay. Here we will be having phi xy of omega 1 comma omega 2. Okay. So these are the formulas we use to obtain the joint characteristic function and probability mass function in the case of discrete random variables. Okay. So just now we have discussed what is joint characteristic function. Fxy, phi xy of omega 1, omega 2 is expected value of e power j omega 1x, e power j omega 2y, and we also discussed what is the formula. Integral minus infinity to plus infinity, integral minus infinity to plus infinity, e power j omega 1x plus omega 2y, okay, fxy of x comma y dx dy. This is the formula for finding the joint characteristic function. Okay. So just now the first property. The first property says that the marginal characteristic function can be obtained from joint characteristic function. Okay. Marginal characteristic function can be obtained from joint characteristic function. Okay. So what is marginal characteristic function? Fx of omega 1 is marginal characteristic function. Fx of phi x of omega 1 can be obtained from phi xy of omega 1 comma 0. Okay. Similarly, phi y of omega 2 is equal to phi xy of 0 comma omega 2, and phi xy of 0 0. Okay, where omega 1 and omega 2 both are 0. In that case, what is this value will be equal to 1. Okay, so this is the property of joint. First property of joint characteristic function. So marginal characteristic function can be obtained from joint characteristic function. Okay. Now we'll see the proof of this. Proof. Okay. So we know that what is phi xy of, see here, phi xy of omega 1 comma omega 2. Phi xy of omega 1 comma omega 2 is expected value of e power j omega 1x, e power j omega 2y. Okay. Now what is that we are doing? We are substituting omega 1, omega 2 is equal to 0. Substitute omega 2 is equal to 0. Substitute omega 2 is equal to 0. So this becomes expected value of e power j omega 1x. Omega 2 is 0. So we get e power 0. So it is nothing but expected value of e power j omega 1x. Okay. Now see, observe this. You have only one frequency omega 1. We have only one random variable, yes or no? So what is this? It is phi x. Here we have only one random variable. So that random variable you have to write here. Phi x of omega 1. Okay. If you observe this equation, you have two frequencies, omega 1 and omega 2. That is why it is function of omega 1 and omega 2. And also we have two random variables, x and y. That is why we have to write phi xy. So, if you observe this equation, we have only one frequency omega 1. There is only one random variable. Okay. Similarly, substitute omega 1 is equal to 0 in the equation 1. Substitute omega 1 is equal to 0 in the equation 1. So, we get phi xy of 0 comma omega 2. So, it is expected value of e power omega 1 is 0 here. We have only omega 2, yes or no? Okay. So, e power 0 is 1, no? So, we have only e power j omega 2y. Okay. Now, if you observe this equation, it is having only one random variable y. Okay. And it is function of omega 2. Okay. So, that is phi y omega 2. So, how do you find out the marginal characteristic function from joint characteristic function? By substituting omega 1 is equal to 0, you get phi y of omega 2. By substituting omega 2 is equal to 0, we get phi x of omega 1. Okay. Now in this equation 1, okay, if you substitute In equation 1, if you substitute omega 1 is equal to 0, omega 2 is also equal to 0. Both omega 1 and omega 2, both are equal to 0. Then what is phi xy of 0 comma 0 is expected value of e power 0, expected value of e power 0. So what is this value? Expected value of 1. So you know that expected value of 1 will be equal to 1 only. Okay, this is our first property. The marginal characteristic function can be obtained from joint characteristic function. So the second property of joint characteristic function is if x and y are independent, phi xy of omega 1 comma omega 2 is equal to phi x of omega 1, phi y of omega 2. Okay. Now let's see the proof. Okay. So here pi xy of omega 1 comma omega 2 is nothing but integral minus infinity to plus infinity, integral minus infinity to plus infinity e power j omega 1x e power j omega 2y f xy of x comma y dx dy. This is the formula to find out the joint characteristic function. Okay. Now you know that xy of x comma y is equal to fx of x, fy of y if x and y are independent. If x and y are independent, then fxy of x comma y is equal to fx of x into fy of y. Okay. So now we substitute this equation in this equation. So phi xy of omega 1 comma omega 2 is equal to integral minus infinity to plus infinity, integral minus infinity to plus infinity e power j omega 1x, e power j omega 2y, okay, fx of x into fy of y d. Okay. Now we separate x variables and y variables and do the integration separately. Integral minus infinity to plus infinity, write all x variables here. Okay, fx of x dx, integral minus infinity to plus infinity e power j omega 2y fy of y d. Write x variable separately, y variable separately. Okay. Now observe this first integral. If you observe this first integral, it is having the random variable x only. It consists of random variable x only, and it is function of frequency omega 1. So the first equation is nothing but phi x of, first equation is nothing but phi x of omega 1, whereas the second equation, if you observe, it is function of only y, yes or no? You see here, we have only y here, and it is function of omega 2. So it is phi x of omega 1 into phi y of omega 2. Okay. So this is our second property of joint characteristic function. So what is the third property here? X and y, if are two independent random variables, phi x plus y of omega is equal to phi x of omega into phi y of omega. Okay. So now you see the proof of this. So the proof of this is similar to the second property. So we know that phi x plus y of omega will be equal to, okay. So it is expected value of e power j, it is function of only one frequency j omega x plus y. Okay, here we have x plus y, here also we have to write x plus 1. Okay, so it is given as integral minus infinity to plus infinity, integral minus infinity to plus infinity e power j omega x plus y. Okay, fxy of x comma y, because you have two random variables, you have to consider joint probability density function only. Okay. Now we know that from the property of joint density function, probability density function, fxy of x comma y will be equal to fx of x, fy of y, if x and y are two random variables, two independent random variables. Okay, if x and y are independent, if x and y are independent. Okay, so we substitute this in this equation. Now phi x plus y of omega can be written as integral minus infinity to plus infinity, integral minus infinity to plus infinity e power j omega x plus y. Okay, f x of x, f y of y, dx dy. Okay. Now we separate these two integrals. Okay. The integral with respect to x we write under one integration e power j omega x f x of x dx integral minus infinity to plus infinity e power j omega y f y of y dy. Okay. Now we have observed all this already. It is having only one random variable. So it is phi x of and it is function of frequency omega. So it is phi x of omega. Whereas it is having the only one random variable y and it is function of frequency omega. Okay. So from this we can write phi x plus y of omega will be equal to what? Phi x of omega into phi y of omega. So this is our third property. Okay. Fourth property, if x and y are two random variables, the joint moments can be obtained from the joint characteristic function as m n k is equal to minus j power f plus k dou n plus k phi xy of omega 1 comma omega 2 by dou omega 1 power n dou omega 2 power k, where omega 1 is equal to 0, omega 2 is equal to 0. Okay. Now we'll see the proof of this. Now we know that what is phi xy of omega 1 comma omega 2? Phi xy of omega 1 comma omega 2 is expected value of e power j omega 1 x, e power j omega 2 y. Okay. So it is expected value of e power j omega 1 x, e power j omega 2 y. Okay. Now e power j omega 1 x will be expanded by using series expansion. It can be written as 1 plus j omega 1 x. Okay, j square omega 1 square x square by 2 factorial. Okay, plus j cube omega 1 cube x cube by 3 factorial plus so on. Like this we can expand e power j omega 1 x in terms of series expansion. Similarly, e power j omega 2 y will also be expanded by using series expansion. So it can be written as 1 plus j omega 2 y plus j square omega 2 square y square by 2 factorial plus j cube omega 2 cube y cube by 3 factorial plus so on. Like that, we will be expanding this using series expansion. Now substitute these two in this equation. So we write phi xy of omega 1 comma omega 2 is equal to expected value of, okay, what is 1 plus e power j omega 1 x is 1 plus j omega 1 x plus j square omega 1 square x square by 2 factorial, okay, plus so on into 1 plus j omega 2 y plus j square omega 2 square y square by 2 factorial plus so on. Okay. Now multiply these two terms. If you multiply, what will be getting? Will be getting it as 1 plus j omega 1 x plus j omega 2 y. Okay. Then j square omega 1 square x square by 2 factorial j square omega 2 square y square by 2 factorial plus, okay, now multiply with j omega 1, we get j square omega 1 omega 2 xy, okay, plus j cube omega 1 omega 2 square y square by 2 factorial. Okay, similarly you get j cube omega 1 square omega 2 x square y by 2 factorial plus so on like this. So we are just multiplying these two terms. If you multiply these two, will be getting like this. Okay. Now apply expected value to all these terms. This can be written as expected value of 1 will be what? Expected value of 1 will be 1 only plus j omega. See here, j omega is j omega 1 is constant, so we will be applying expected value to x only plus j omega 2 is constant, expected value is applied to y. We are applying expected value to only random variable. Okay. So similarly, j square omega 1 square by 2 factorial expected value of x square plus j square omega 2 square by 2 factorial expected value of y square, okay, plus j square omega 1 omega 2 expected value of xy plus so on. Okay, now so 1 plus j omega 1, what is expected value of x now? Do you remember what is expected value of x? What is expected value of x?
X bar.
Is first order, first, this is the first order joint moment, M10. Okay, so similarly, j omega 2. Expected value of y is the first order joint moment M01. Okay, and similarly, expected value of x square is the first second order joint moment. Similarly, j square omega 2 square by 2 square is omega 02. Okay, plus so on. Any doubts here? So what is that we have done? We have written e power j omega 1x, e power j omega 2y in series expansion form. So this is the formula for series expansion form. Then we have just multiplied those two terms, we got this, and we applied expected value to each and every term. So we know that what is m and k now? M and k is expected value of x power n, y power k, no? So what is expected value of x? Expected value of x is m10. Expected value of y is m01. Expected value of x square is m20. Okay. So from that we got what is the joint moments m10, m01, m20, m02, so on like that. Okay. So now what is that we are doing? We are just differentiating this partially with respect to omega 1. Okay. Then substitute omega 1 is equal to 0. Differentiate this. Only once we are differentiating with respect to omega 1 and substitute omega 1 is equal to 0. If you differentiate with respect to omega 1, if you differentiate with respect to omega 1 is constant, no? This term becomes 0. Omega 2 is also constant, this becomes 0. What are the terms we'll be having? We'll be having j m10. Here also we'll be having j square. Okay, 2 omega 1 by 2 factorial m20. Okay, so wherever you have omega 1, all those terms will be having. Then also we are substituting what? We are substituting omega 1 is equal to 0. Since you substitute omega 1 is equal to 0, this term, which is having omega 1 after partial differentiation, that term will also become 0. So we left with only this term. Yes or no? So what is that? We left with, okay, j m10. Okay, similarly, differentiate, partial differentiate the joint characteristic equation with respect to omega 2. Okay, substitute omega 2 is equal to 0. Since you are substituting omega 2 is equal to 0, after differentiation, which is constant, only that term will be present. Okay, since you are doing differentiation with respect to omega 2, the first term is 0, second term does not have omega 2, no? The second term is also 0. We'll be having this term. What is that? Here j m01 will be having, and third term also don't have omega 2. This is also 0. The fourth term will have omega 2. Since after partial differentiation again you have omega 2. Since you are substituting omega 2 is equal to 0, this term will also become 0. So we have only this term. Okay. Now what is that we do? We do the partial differentiation by second order. Okay. With respect to omega 1 and substitute omega 1 is equal to 0. So what is that we will be getting now, students? You are doing partial differentiation, second order partial differentiation with respect to omega 1, and we are substituting omega 1 is equal to 0. Since you are doing partial differentiation, second order partial differentiation, this term, this term, this term, these three terms become 0. This term gives us constant, yes or no? This term gives us constant, and all higher order terms, since it will have omega 1, since we are substituting omega 1 is equal to 0, all other higher order terms which contains omega 1 will also become 0. Now we will be having only this, that is j square omega 2 0. Okay. Similarly, if you do the second order partial differentiation with respect to omega 2 and substitute omega 2 is equal to 0. Okay. What is the term we will be having? So rho square phi xy of omega 1 comma omega 2 by dou omega 2 square. Okay, dou omega 2 square. Substitute omega 2 is equal to 0. If you do this, we'll be having j square omega 02. Okay, like that we'll be getting. We can also do partial differentiation with respect to omega 1 and omega 2 and substitute omega 1 is equal to omega 2 is equal to 0. Okay, so that we will be getting other, this one. When you get this, okay, when you do partial fraction, partial differentiation with both omega 1 and omega 2, and substitute omega 1 is equal to 0, omega 2 is equal to 0. What you get here? It is j square expected value of xy. Okay. What is expected value of xy? Is mu11, sorry, m11. It is m11, yes or no? Okay. So from this, the general equation, see here, what is j power? J power will be just addition of this n plus k. 1 here, 1 plus 1 is 2. So here you get j square. Here also 0 plus 2, add 0 plus 2. So that you got as j square. Here also, see here, add n and k, 2 plus 0. So So that you got as j square. Here it is what now? Add these two, you get 1. So j power will be 1. Here also j power will be 1. So the general equation for m and k will be equal to, now send this j to the other side, we get minus j power n plus k. If you do partial differentiation only once, we get 1 0 or 0 1 like that, okay? Phi xy of omega 1 comma omega 2 by dou omega 1. Here we are doing partial differentiation with n plus k, omega 1 power n, omega 2 power k. Okay, like that we can obtain the joint moments from the joint characteristic equation. Any doubts here?